Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we will be talking about the newly launched Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. So Samsung has launched their first A series of 2023. This is a 5G device. This is the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. So A series has always been known for great features and good set of cameras as well. So this time around we also have a great camera setup here. It's a 50 megapixel camera, and you get a really good design. That's one of the highlights of this device. It has a refreshing design. Then you get the Exynos 1330 octa-core processor. It's a new chip. It's a good mid-range chip. Apart from that, you get 5000 milliamp hour battery, and this supports all the 5G bands in India. So if you're looking for a new 5G device to support Jio and Airtel 5G in India, this should be under your consideration. So let's do a first impression of this device. So this has been launched in India. We are not really sure about the pricing while making this video. This is available in three variants, 464, 6128 and 8128. So we have been testing the 8128 variant of this device. So let's go straight into the first impressions of the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. So before getting started, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So this is the box packaging of the new Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. So as usual, you get a very slim box. The design of the device is mentioned at the box itself. You can see it's a very refreshing design. Now at the back of the box you get the hardware specification: 6.6 inches full HD plus display, 90 Hz refresh rate. You get a triple camera setup. It's a 50 megapixel main camera, 13 megapixel front. You get a 5000 milliamp hour battery, 15 watt fast charging, up to 2 generations of OS upgrades, and up to 4 years of security updates are included. And we have the dark red variant. It's an 8GB RAM and 128GB storage. You get this in 3 different colors: the dark red, green and black color, and 3 different variants as well. You get it in 464, 6128 and 8128. So those are the 3 variants available for this device. So let's go straight into the device and see its design and build quality. So this is the new Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Now when you take this device into your hands, the first thing that comes to your mind is the design. Now design is something very refreshing in this price segment. You get the 3 cameras positioned in a single layer. There is no separate camera module, and it looks pretty refreshing actually. The back panel also looks great. You get a textured pattern on this back panel, and you have the Samsung branding again. This is kind of engraved one. Now the camera layout is definitely good. Something it's not the typical design you see on the smartphones in this price segment, and you can see more or less a flat side panel. It's slightly curved towards the edges. You get the fingerprint scanner here, which also acts as a power button, the volume rocker key. So you get the SIM tray. This has a dedicated SD card slot. That's another good thing. The top portion does not have any openings or slots. At the bottom you get the 3.5mm audio jack. That's a welcome addition, and then you get the USB Type-C port and the speaker unit. This speaker supports Dolby Atmos. So if you are listening to a lot of multimedia content, or if you are listening to songs, you get this Dolby Atmos. So that's the design. So overall the in-hand feel is definitely good. It's a great device to hold. The design is definitely refreshing, and the fit and finish and quality looks great. Now let's see the front panel. Now on the front panel you can see that there is a water drop notch. This is a 13 megapixel camera, and you can see that the bezels on either sides and the top are kind of slightly okay, but the bottom bezels are definitely on the high side. Samsung should have gone with a slightly slimmer bezels here. That's something which needs to be improved. Now you have a water drop notch, and again a 13 megapixel camera. This is a 6.6 inches full HD plus resolution display. It's a PLS LCD display, and this has 90 Hz refresh rate. Now if you look at the refresh rate, just going to the display, you can see that adaptive brightness option is there, motion smoothness is there. You can see that. Now let's just take the brightness once again. So you can see that adaptive is 90 Hz refresh rate, so that's included. Now the display quality is pretty good actually. Even though it's an IPS panel, you can see here very smooth touch response. Even the colors looks pretty good actually. The touch response, the viewing angles, and the 90 Hz refresh rate makes it a good difference. The colors are punchy and vivid, and especially if you're watching movies and other OTT platform, it does feel quite good in terms of colors and reproduction and even the viewing angles. So display is quite good on this price segment, and the 90 Hz does give a good smoothness to the display. Next, let's talk about the software. Now, this device runs on Android 13. That's definitely one of the good aspects. This is out of the box Android 13, and if you go to the About Phone software information, you get One UI core version, that's 5.0, and Android 13 is out of the box. Now, good thing is that you get 2 years of Android updates. That means you get Android 14 and 15 and 4 years of patches. That means you are secured for the next 4 years, and this is pretty good. And in the One UI Core 5.0, you get all the basic option modes and routines are there. Then you can customize with wallpapers and style. You can see the color palette is also included. So basic colors and the Android 13 customization options are also included. Then you get additional features like 100 mode, motions and gestures, screenshot, the game launcher, dual messenger. All these features are there. Then the privacy monitor is there. So everything looks good in the software experience. It's very sleek UI, hardly any issues in terms of software experience, very smooth UI, and you can see that the notification toggles also looks good. So it is running Android 13 out of the box. That's definitely one of the good aspects. Next, let's talk about the processor. Now, this is powered by a new chip. It's an Exynos 1330 octa-core processor. This is a new chip, and actually this is quite a good chip. We have tested the AnTuTu benchmark score, and you can see here it has score of over 4 lakh, and this is definitely one of the good mid-range chipsets out there. We have to test the performance completely, but the benchmark case is a pretty good score actually for this price segment. And this comes with either 4GB RAM with 64GB storage, 6GB RAM with 128GB storage, and you get 8GB RAM with again 128GB storage. So performance is very good, and in our day-to-day usage, we have been using this device for past 3-4 days, and in our day-to-day usage we hardly see any sort of issues. And this is supporting 5G, so we have tested with both Airtel 5G and Jio 5G, and we had absolutely no issues, excellent speeds. The reception is good, and it supports all the 5G bands available in India, so you are well protected if you are going for a 5G device. This has all of it, and Samsung is known for producing great 5G devices as well. So this is yet another device, and this is again a made in India device. So if you are looking for a phone from a non-Chinese brand, in case you that is something your priority is, then definitely you can go with this. This is having a good processor, good chip, and this is 5G supported as well. So that's the performance side. Now let's move on to the cameras. Now you get a 50 megapixel primary sensor, then you get a 2 megapixel macro sensor and 2 megapixel depth sensor, and on the front you get 13 megapixel selfie camera. This is 50 megapixel is f1.8 aperture. Now if you look at the camera settings, you can see here photo mode, video mode, then you have the pro mode, macro mode, then basic options are there, photo, all the basic options. Portrait mode is included, so you get the default set of options you generally see on the camera UI. It's pretty good. Now let's have a look at some of the camera samples we have taken with this device. You can see that the 50 megapixel camera does work pretty well. You can see the detailed sharpness levels, colors are again very good. There is no oversaturation issues. So these are our first impressions. There is something which is lacking, that's an ultra wide angle camera, but again a lot of devices in this price segment do not ship with an ultra wide angle camera, but you get a decent macro camera as well, and the selfie camera also came out pretty good. And for this price segment, I feel this is definitely a promising device. We'll have the camera reviews also. We'll be testing the camera in depth. Next, let's talk about the battery life. So this has a 5000 milliamp battery, and you get 15-watt fast charging. Now again, the phone does not ship with the charger, so you have to buy another charger. Now 5000 milliamp battery, that's kind of pretty good experience. You get almost close to 2 days of battery life. That's what Samsung claims. So battery life is stellar on this device, and in our testing, in our brief testing, I would say it's not a full-fledged testing. In our brief testing, we did get a really good battery life on this device. So battery life is once again a strong aspect of this phone. Now couple of interesting things about this device is, one is that 2 years of Android updates and 4 years of security patches. Then Exynos 1330 is a pretty good chip. It's a good mid-range chip. The display again is very smooth, actually good colors, even though it's an LCD panel. It's a pretty good display out there. Then 5000 milliamp hour battery again provides good experience. The cameras are kind of good, and there is 5G support out of the box. All the 5G bands are supported. whichever is available in India are supported by this device. So those are the aspects about the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. And apart from that, the advantage with Samsung device is that they have plenty of service centers, almost 3,000 plus service centers available. So you don't have to worry about any sort of issues happening. So it's well covered, and that's the promise given by Samsung. So that was our first impressions of the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.